All right. I'm Mohney with the Huckleberry Press, and I'm here with Crystal from CC Charcuterie of Spokane, and we're all here at Mad Collab Studio with our live studio audience. Thanks for making it fun because we're both nervous. So, Crystal, how long did it take you to learn how to say charcuterie?
It actually took me a little while because I had no idea how to say that word when I saw it the first time. So I had to Google it and listen to the pronunciation and stuff. But that was about 5 years ago. So I've learned it since.
Right on, you've had time to practice.
I've had time to practice, yeah.
And what inspired you to start your business, CC Charcuterie of Spokane?
I used to be in business, dipping, chocolate covered things and making fruit arrangements. I used to be part of edible arrangements. I opened that in 2007 and did that for 11 years. And then when it closed in 2017, I was kind of, what am I going to do? So I've always loved making trays of food. I've always done catering and that kind of stuff. And so it was kind of an easy transition for me to do that. And at this stage in my life, I want to do what I love. So
Right on.
yeah.
What do you love about what you do?
I love being creative with food. I have been creative with food my entire life, and I love cheese. So anybody who knows me, my nickname is Crystalicious because I've always made food for people and stuff. And my best friend gave me that nickname 15 years ago. So yeah, that's kind of where it all transitioned from. So
And what do you do with the charcuterie boards? Do they go to corporate events or parties or?
I basically what I'm doing is I'm making them available to go, so they are great for gifts if you don't know what to get people for food. They're also easy to go if you need them delivered to an event. I also have I also do grazing tables as well. So I
What's a grazing table?
that's like an entire table that is designed as a charcuterie board. So
How long does it take to put together a grazing table?
well, I have I'm potentially doing a prom with 300 people coming up this spring, and so that'll be interesting. That's 4 tables long worth of food, so it's a lot, and that's for 300 people. So yeah, that'll be my biggest one for sure.
Well, you brought those boards, the charcuterie boards, to the Mad Collab Studio event today, and they were stunning and beautiful. I can't imagine how incredible an entire table would look.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it looks it's a wow factor for sure. Yeah.
How fun!
Yeah, it's a blast, and that's the best part is because if you're doing what you love, that it's not really work. You know what I mean? So I mean, it looks like a lot of work, but well, and that one will be a lot of work, but the grazing table, but they're so much fun to make that it's really not a job. It's my passion. So yeah.
And if you guys have, well, what questions do you guys have for Crystal and about her business?
Did you already talk about your story and why you got into it? You said that you wanted love, but like what was like leading up to where you are now?
Yeah, exactly. So they can hear it. What led you to this point in the first place?
Well, like I said, when Edible closed, I didn't know what to do with my creative talent because that was a great, outlet for food art. But so the last 4 years, I actually was delivering food as a Schwann's driver, and then, at this stage of my life, I decided, I need to do what I love to do, and so that's why I decided to take a leap and do this instead. So.
And
I just want to say, after tasting the mini grazing cherries, kudos to you.
Thank you.
I can't say that enough.
It's so much fun.
Marvelous.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And the presentation is fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that.
Do you do some themes too, like if it's like wedding or some seasonal? Like
Yes, I always have.
Yeah. So do you do themed charcuterie boards?
I do. I made some. I always practice, and my friends always get free deliveries of things that I want to make and stuff. It's funny. I'm like, hey, I need to make a tray. Can I bring one over to you? And they're like, yeah. I never have anybody ever reject it, but yeah. So I will. I always come up with themes. I had some trays that I made for Valentine's Day, and at Christmas I made some snowmen tray. They're on my Facebook page and stuff, but and my website actually. But so yeah, I do think I love it when people my ideal customer or my ideal person is somebody that lets me do creative things. There's people that have said just do whatever you do. This is what I want, and they're always usually really pretty happy about it. So
Well, what's so incredible is it's not just that you are cutting up meat and cheese and putting it on a board. All the meats and cheeses are very intricately, artistically arranged, and there's multi-step processes. You had chocolate-covered strawberries that had, I don't even know, at least a couple different layers of chocolate. So you had to melt it
Yeah.
and put it all together. It's so much work.
yeah, but it's like I said, if you're doing what you love, it's not. So it's a blast. I'm like, if I can make money doing this, then I'm set because I love doing this. I could do this all day long. So it's so much fun.
Have you thought or developed a vision for your company, like what you want to do with CC Charcuterie Boards of Spokane?
Yeah, eventually I'm working on getting a location, and then and so right now I'm just doing delivery of these trays and stuff. But eventually I'd love to have a space where I can have events, like have classes and teaching people how to do some of them,
Oh, wow.
or teaching them how to dip some chocolate covered fruit and that kind of stuff. There's also I want to have it's so much fun, so I just want to share that passion with people that are interested in learning.
Let's go to the studio audience and see if there's any other questions that we should ask before we sign off. Heather.
How do we get
Oh.
that? Storefront, or would I miss that already?
No, great question. So I'm going to repeat it for the microphone.
Sure.
So how do people find out about you? How do they get their charcuterie boards?
It's a hard word. I know. I get it. So so I have a website. It is my website is charcuteriespokane.com. Easy to remember. So you can look at my website there. You can order on there, or you can message me, or you can even call me. I have a business line. It's 509-51 Cater. So, and then also, what was the other question?
Just how do people find out about you and how people actually get the boards?
Yeah, I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, all of those as well. And yeah, you just set it up with me, and we'll deliver. I like talking to people and trying to find out what kind of details they want in their boards or whatever, and so that's how you do it.
And maybe you should say the phone number again really clearly.
My phone number is 509-51 Cater.
Wow, perfect phone number.
Yeah, it took me a while to get that one. So yeah.
Do you have other competitors in Spokane? And if you have, what makes it different?
Yeah, do you have other? Thank you.
Yeah,
Do you have other competitors in Spokane?
There
and
are
what
a
makes it
few
different?
people that do it, and there's also a franchise that does it as well. I looked into that franchise before a year and a half ago, but I actually like being able to do whatever I want to do. There's so many creative people that everybody's boards are different, and so there's room for all of us. Mine are a little different because I add the chocolate things to them as well. There's always some sort of chocolate as well because my past and stuff, and so that's kind of my niche. Is there's little different. I always try to find a way to add, those kinds of things to them. So. Yeah. Yeah, I make sweet trays too. That they're not charcuterie because charcuterie, but yeah, I do both. So yeah, I do all sorts.
What's your lead time? So if I call and I say I want a board tonight,
That would,
days,
well, preferably 24 hours, 48 hours ideal. There are certain trays that I have that are like I have a wine barrel tray. Or I also do charcuterie numbers and letters and stuff. Those things I have to get, so I have to make sure I can get them. So that's why that's usually the 48-hour situation. But yeah, it's 24 to 48 hours is, or the more notice the better for sure. But it short notice is fine too.
So if I wanted to order a board for an event, you could do it on an actual board, or is it all like a tray that's disposable?
So the ones I make are to go. They're either in a box, in like almost like a donut box. They're sometimes on a tray as well. They are palm leaf bamboo trays, so they are disposable. I do have some premium boards that, like the wine barrel. That one is a little expensive because you get the tray as well, but it's a huge tray and it's reusable and stuff. So, and then yeah, so
So you could, I'm sure that the premium, the price goes up
Mhm. For the tray, yeah, absolutely.
So let's say I bought a tray and it's all empty and then I want to refill the tray, kind of like can I give it back to you?
Oh, for refills. Well, I actually was thinking about doing a subscription thing for the wine barrel tray because it's such an impressive, beautiful tray, and I've made a s'mores tray on it. I've made graduation. There is such a big tray; you can do basically anything on it. I had a wedding I catered for a friend, and I made the s'mores tray. It was so much fun and I made it on a big tray like that. So yeah. Anything else?
Crystal, I acknowledge you for starting a business.
Thank you.
It's a path that few people choose, and you're doing remarkably well.
Well,
And thank you for making such a big splash at the meeting today. And thank you for braving up and doing this video with me and us. And thanks to our live studio audience for being so incredible. Yay! Thank you.
Thank you.
She